In the grim darkness of the far future, an unstoppable force of monsters known as the Tyranids has descended upon the galaxy. They are the ultimate expression of the hive mind, a collective intelligence that drives them to hunt, consume, and adapt. They are an extragalactic alien species whose sole purpose it is to consume all available organic matter in the galaxy. As a result, they are often referred to as the Great Devourer. They are incredibly adaptable, with the ability to evolve and mutate their forms mid-battle to suit the situation they find themselves in. They are also commonly known for their terrifying size and ferocity, often striking fear into the hearts of even the bravest of soldiers. Composed of various forms of adaptable, bioengineered organisms, ranging from the small and expendable gaunts to the massive and incredibly resilient carnifexes. They are all controlled by a central hive mind which directs their forces to consume all life. The new 10th edition launch box, Leviathan, brings you closer to the Tyranids than ever before. With new models and updated rules, you can recreate the terror of these hive beasts on your tabletop. Though having the burden of being in the same box as Games Workshop's shiny poster boys, the Space Marines, there's going to be quite a large quantity of unpainted Tyranid models out there. So what I'm going to show you today is a very quick and simple method to get as many of these gaunts painted up and on the table as soon as possible. Obviously this isn't one of the new gaunts from the box. I 3D printed this gaunt myself and will post a link for the file in the description below. First off, I sprayed this model with a white primer. I used Vallejo white primer through an airbrush, but any white rattle can primer will do the exact same job. Then I also sprayed the gaunt with a layer of Wraithbone. Now you can either use Wraithbone in a rattle can, use it straight through an airbrush, or even apply it with 2 to 3 thin coats with a brush. Though if you are painting Tyranids, I'll definitely invest in the rattle can or at least an airbrush. The first contrast paint we'll be putting down is a mix between Volupus pink and contrast medium, about 1 part pink to 8 parts medium. You really want to get this all over the model. We're just looking to tint the model in its recesses without changing the raised area's colour. Then, using the same mix of Volupus pink and contrast medium, just add 1 more part of Volupus pink. Then use your brush and add that mix to the gun area to add a darker colour to the edges of the gun and also paint the pipes. Now for the gun's armoured areas as well as the claws and hooves. They all get a nice coat of black Templar, and also don't forget the teeth and the gum line. grab a fine detail brush, or at least a brush with a sharp tip, because we'll be using straight Volupus pink in all the joints, vents and tongue of this gaunt, as well as the eyes. This step is probably the hardest and longest in this guide. Take your time and go as cleanly as possible, though if you do make any mistakes, just go back and clean it all up with Wraithbone. For all the outer carapace, we'll be using straight Leviathan purple, going over all the armoured panels one by one, making sure to get none on the body. Though if you do get some on, be quick with a wet clean brush and try to clean it up as best as possible. If any dries where you don't want it to, just go back over it with pure Wraithbone. For the teeth, I used a white paint. I used Vallejo, but any white acrylic will do. Using a fine tip brush, I painted the teeth with a downward stroke, catching the edges with the brush. Took about 3 coats to get a nice, smooth, clean teeth. You can clean any of this up with black Templar if you get any white between the teeth. No model is complete without a base. I found these alien base files online and printed them up. Links in the description below. I primed it white and sprayed it with Wraithbone, just like the first 2 steps for the gaunt. Then, using straight Leviathan purple, I painted the broken egg sacs on the base. Once they dried, I used Wyldwood on all the dirt and ground. painted and cleaned up the rim with black, no base is completed without a painted rim. Once everything had dried, I'd glued the gaunt to the base. Contrast paint does leave a semi-gloss finish on models when dried, so I went and gave the model and base a spray with a matte varnish, not only to protect the paint and the model, but to give it a uniform matte finish. Just to add some variety to the model, I added some of Nurgles' rot to the broken egg sacs on the base, to make it look real glossy, wet and gross. Like something foul had just hatched out of it. Make sure you do this step after the matte varnish, or otherwise the Nurgles' rot won't have a glossy finish. And that's it, our Termagant is now complete and ready to be deployed on the battlefield. Remember, the key to painting any model is patience and attention to detail. Take your time and enjoy the process. Remember, this is meant to be a hobby and not a chore. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and share your own thoughts and opinions about Leviathan with us in the comments below. Thanks for watching Warpstorm, and we'll see you War Masters next time.